I am sure sports. You know me there. I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Well, good evening, people. Welcome. What a wonderful Sunday evening it is. Think we got this interview the right time. We have Mr. the legend, Mr. over 70 odd caps for Jamaica, more than 10 goals for the national team. Not talking about other leagues all over the place and played all over England and stuff. Mr. the man himself, Mr. Jermaine Teddy, the fastest dribble. I don't know if there is anybody in Jamaica that have more speed than him when it comes on to dribbling and chopping back the ball. Listen, probably he and Walter Boyd. His name is Jermaine Teddy Johnson. And listen, I got him the right. Hey, everything worked out perfectly, people. Because guess what happened? I got him this Sunday after his team beat Mount Pleasant. So it's going to be a good interview. You understand me? So can't wait to bring him on screen. But first, let me say a big thank you to all of you for coming on. And we have so many questions and stuff and comments already. But he's going to answer some of them, all right, in due time. So please just give him some time, let him share his story, and then once he has shared his story, then you can come up with all the questions and things. In the meantime, again, thank you for coming on, for being a part of this, and to join and share in the moment alongside Jeremy and Teddy Johnson so we can hear his story. To all the former footballers who are normally on, blessings to you, big up and keep safe and things. Big up to the sponsors, Launch Legacy, right? Launch Legacy. For all your personal insurance need in Canada and the USA, visit them at launchlegacy.com or call or text 647-989-0782. Also, Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it the most. They are located in Linstead, St. Catherine, and they are lending up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars. No processing fee, same day processing, and 0 to 4% interest rate. Give them a call at 876-884-7390. Big up the long-time sponsors as well. Trick Nick, the authentic Jamaican products made in Canada. Right, so check them out as well. In the meantime, I won't delay any long because we may have to take a minute or two out of the interview for Jermaine to deal with something and then get back to it. But I'm going to bring him on right now so you can see him. There he is in live and living colors. I don't know if I should call him Teddy or I should call him Coach. Because the one on the bench yesterday.
That sound good. The coach part sound good.
so Coach Jeremy and Teddy Johnson, welcome to I Am Sure Sports, sir.
Let's love enough respect. Let's love enough respect in general.
Yeah, man. So, listen, I want you to begin by sharing your story, telling them, when did you started playing football? Where did it all start for you, all the way up to, your days at Tivoli High School and then onto the senior team at Tivoli? Go ahead and share.
All right. My journey started simply, it was like down Breezy Castle. Some people call it Breezy Castle, some people call it Mini Stadium. That's down at Raytown, down at South. Used to train with Holy Family at the time. That was with Mr. Ikes. I was like a keeper because one time him see me a keep. Yeah, one time him see me a keep like me and my friends them a play and I was the keeper and him say, yeah man, you're good youth, you can come train with us. That's where everything started from. And then I used to go to St. Aloysius. Enough people did not know that as well. So that was my school. Most people thought I went to Holy Family Primary School. So St. Aloysius was my school. That's where everything started. The first time I went training for St. Aloysius, I did not have any shoes. I did not have any shoes. I had to cut a pants to go to the training. When I went to the training, the coach told me I could not train. But my friends tell the coach I'm a good player, so he gave me a chance. And that's where everything started from. So I started playing for
St. Aloysius.
Yeah, St. Aloysius Primary School. That's where everything started from. I was in 5th grade at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where I knew I could play football when the coach gave me the chance. But I was barefoot at the time, as I said, and you know the things them on the pitch used to shoot me on my foot. So I tried to get that shoes, but I could not get any shoes. I have to wear my school shoes. I have to wear my school shoes at training because my family did not have it that much, but they tried their best to let me be professional. Like as a young kid, they want me to fit in with all the other kids, but it did not work out at the time, to be honest, because I only had one shoes at the time.
Whoa.
Yeah,
so you were goalkeeping at St. Aloysius?
That's where I start, but not for the competition.
Okay.
But like that was the first thing that I fall in love with, goalkeeping. Because you know, goalkeeper used to love to fly and say them good and them, you understand? So when I start like training, like and the coach told me to play center forward, that's where I really developed that I have a little thing skill. So that's where everything started from. I used to do running back then in the school because I was champion boy.
Okay. So
yeah,
you run at like primary school events or just at your school?
only primary school event, but not the big event at stadium, just like sports day. I was a champion boy for 2 years straight. I was champion boy, so that's where my love was, goalkeeping and running. So the first time I try out, as I say, I try out in a cut pants. It was I can remember as well, it was a purple. You know them purple silk pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cut it and went to training, and everything went well that day. Till my mom said I could start wearing, my grandma I should say. My grandma said I can wear my school shoes. So that's where that's where everything really starts.
So how well did you do at St. Aloysius in terms of primary school, and who were some of your teammates that were good players as well?
My first season, it's funny, my first season, I get number 10. My first season, I wear number 10, and I was a starter.
Then this is in grade 5?
Yeah, that's in grade 5. Then I made the all-primary B team. So that's where, I made the all-primary B team. So my famous teammate was Claude Davis. He was a captain at the time. He was a captain.
He was a captain for St. Aloysius at the time?
Yeah, me and Claude, same school. So we're close from a longer time because Claude come from South, but he come from the next side, like over Raytown side.
Okay.
So we always close, but he was the captain, so he was the one who was always pushing me to train when I was a younger kid because he was already in the team as well. So he was really the one who pushing me to come and train because we were close. So seriously, that's where everything really started from, St. Aloysius. And then you have Mr. Ikesman. Them call him Mr. Ikesman, but his right name is Percival Cardwell. Rastaman from down, Holy Family coach. Yeah, so he was also a big influence in my life growing up. So he used to always like take me to train with Holy Family team because they want me to come to Holy Family because I was like a good player now. So everyone in the South Side area start understanding my name and they start knowing I'm a good player. So everyone want me to go to Holy Family to try to represent Holy Family.
To leave St. Aloysius and go to Holy Family?
Yeah, because Holy Family was a big team at the time. St. Aloysius was just like an upcoming team with certain good players, but they want me to come to Holy Family to represent Holy Family because I'm from Southside. And the same road that all the family is on, that's where I live on, used to live on. That's
Okay.
last week. So they want me to come, but my grandma did not want me to leave St. Aloysius because she worked out that side. So that's where everything really developed from, to be honest. So I
All
learned
right.
a
So
lot.
yeah. So when you got to grade 6 now, how did that go? Because grade 5 you made the B team all primary. In
Yeah.
grade 6 now you have common entrance and one more year of football you and Claude. How did that go?
Yeah, grade 6 now, me turn big baller now, you know. As a little you know. Turn big baller now, me get captain because you know you get confident. You get confident now, you try to find yourself and you try to find yourself and know who you be all the time because you come 12. I turned 12 at the time, so you know you try to find yourself, you try to know who you be really be. So I start getting boots from my uncle. My uncle in England, he brought me a boot, so that's where that's my first boots. It was
Okay.
like it was a latter. I can remember vividly. It was a latter. That's the first boot. So I played the league and I turned one of the star players for St. Aloysius. So I was a captain at the time. I turned captain because Claude Davis leave a year before me.
Okay. Okay. I
Yeah,
went to
so
Meadowbrook.
no, Claude Davis went to Holy Trinity.
And then he moved. Oh yes, yes. And then he
Yeah,
moved from Holy
yeah,
Trinity
went Holy Trinity at the time. So I think Claude spent 2 years
at
at
Holy.
Holy
Yeah.
Trinity. Yeah, so I turned the captain and now I make the all primary A team. And now I turned captain for the all primary.
At primary.
Yeah,
Ah,
A team. Yeah, like this is what now like with Christopher Nicholas, aka Kimo,
chemo.
Kevin. Yeah, Kevin there, Jaisi. So we have a good team at the time, and I was the
Okay.
captain. Them time there.
Right, because that's before Jaisi leave and went to Clarendon College.
All
Yes,
right,
and
Jaisi used to go Alpha.
Alpha. Yeah,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
Yeah, Jaisi used to go Alpha. So and Kimo then used to go St. Albans. So we won the all primary league. We beat all prep in the final at stadium. I think we beat them 3-2. So I was the
Okay.
captain. Yes, I'm the one who lifted the trophy at the time in stadium.
Yeah, you remember
As,
somebody prep? You remember some? I mean, outside of Kevin Deere and Christopher
yeah.
Nicholas, who were some of the other players who kind of continued playing football from your team, if you remember anymore?
I try to remember it. You used to have them, but most of them finish. Most of them finish.
Okay.
I think I'm the only one who really still playing football at the time. Play
But
football.
Kasai Hines wasn't there as
No,
well.
no, Kasai 2 years older than me.
Okay, okay. So you'd have
Yeah,
left before you.
yeah,
Okay.
Kasai leave before me. But when I was playing all primary, the A team, it was like just me really, me and Christopher Nicholas. Ricardo Fuller just leave the year before because he was in the A team. I was in the B team, so I was still stepping up. So remember, I start at five grade.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's my
Whoa.
first year. Yeah, so that's my first year. Really take it serious. But as I say, I used to keep. That's where my love was, keeping. So you used to have, I don't know if you know this guy named Trevor Spencer. They call him Ernie. He was a captain for St. George's College.
Yeah. St. George's
Yeah,
College. Yeah, man. Trevor
yeah.
Spence. Yeah.
He was one of my favorite player, and he was like an idol to me. So he was the one push me as well. So he was always telling me I should try out, and then as I say, I tried out when I was in 5th grade. So that's as I said, that's where everything really started, and then Raytown under 14
Yeah, that Raytown side was a big side.
was a big side, but we did not have any sponsor.
Yeah.
We did not have any sponsor at the time. So Mr. Eichsman, our Percival Cardwell, whichever one, he did not have any sponsor. It was him alone. So we did not have any sponsor. So we have to break up the team. We have to break up the team because they did not have any money to take us to games or whatever. So I end up leaving Raytown to Santos.
Yeah. I didn't know you
Yeah,
people Santos, man. I
no,
didn't
see,
because I remember the Raytown team. I
yeah,
didn't know you could. Okay.
enough people not gonna know certain things about me because I was the quiet one. When it comes to football, I was like really the quiet one. So I went to Santos, and that's where everything really blossomed for me with Mr. Dennis, that spanner, Mr. Dennis. So
Yes, Spanner.
that's where everything blossomed for me. So it was a rough start for me because you have the rich kids at the time because at the time, Santos, Mona, Harborview. Them team was the rich team at the time. So me as a ghetto youth.
Say uptown, that's a rich. Say uptown.
The uptown team, yeah, the uptown team. So me as a ghetto youth now, with talent and everything, Spanner could not deny me. So you have to give me a chance in the team. So that's where really everything really blossomed for me. Spanner gave me chances to go on some trials, do some tests to try to. One time John Barnes come and wanted to do I think John Barnes came and have a mini tournament.
Yeah.
And I was a young kid, so we're playing against big players, bigger, older than me. And I was a standout at the time. So
you were still 12.
And I was I was 14 at this time.
Which school you were going to? Because when you leave.
The start got Trinity, sorry, my bad. Start got Holy Trinity. Yeah, went Holy Trinity for 1 year, 1.5 years.
So you met Claude, Claude at Holy Trinity?
Yeah, at Holy Trinity. So me and Claude leave the same time. So Claude leave to Meadowbrook, and then I leave to Tivoli. Because I have a cousin, a big man cousin in Tivoli, and he was like working with the school at the time. So that's how I end up in Tivoli school. So as I said, Spanner was a big influence as well. Like when I was growing up now, Spanner was a big influence because when I was 14, 15, I was playing for the under 20 team.
The Santos under 20 team.
Yeah, and I was starting as well, number 10 again.
Okay.
And when I was 15, 16, I was in the major league team.
At Santos?
Major league. Yeah.
I don't remember any of them things. I just remember
I remember them things because as you telling me, I'm a skinny youth.
Yeah.
No people now gonna know these things because I'm a very private person sometimes. Like interviews, I don't really do interviews like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really do interviews like this because sometimes you just need to just keep certain things quiet. You understand? So, as I say,
we are glad we're glad that you're doing this because many people we soon get into some of the comments because now we know you're at Santos, but you're going to Holy Trinity. Did you play Pepsi at Holy Trinity?
No, Holy Trinity. No, it was Tech Soccer Cup at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so they play against like the Kingston Senior. So it wasn't a high. Yeah, it wasn't high school at the time. Yeah. So when I leave, we turn high school. So I try out for them, but as I said, they said I was too young. So it did not work for me. So my cousin get me into Tivoli school. So that's where everything started. Yeah, that's where now I turn like I take football serious now. So I start playing Colts for Tivoli school.
So you play Colts at Tivoli because you didn't play Pep. Yeah, okay.
No, I did not play. So I leave when we drop out first round in Colts. So we drop out first round in Colts. I was like 15, 16 as well. Drop out in Colts.
Right, because this Tivoli team had you and Christopher Nichols and Basti. What was Basti carrying?
Damian Brown.
Yeah.
Damian Brown. So Christopher Nichols was playing Manning Cup before me at a younger age.
Really?
Yeah, because he was that skillful.
History. Okay.
Kimo was that like more time people ask me what the skillest player I ever play with. I'm gonna tell them Christopher Nichols. Them can't believe, but he was definitely one of the best. So as I say, Kimo was playing Manning Cup before me. I leave straight from the Colts, straight in the Manning Cup team. My first number for the Manning Cup team was number 2. So the first game as well. first game now for the Manning Cup team. It was in the which I remember. It was in the Walker Cup against Charlie Smith. Played Charlie Smith. So you have Everton Bunze, Carnell Tinstu, Pele Wilson, Kwame Richardson. Every one of them big baller there.
Yeah.
So that's my first game now. So I come on, number 2 right back. Them time the right back me I play. So I leave from goalkeeping to forward, then drop back a right back. So that's where my first position for when I go first position right back. So play against Charles Smith. Yeah, the score end up 8-2. Yes, that's my first game. So I try to forget the experience from there. And then the next season was my breakout season. That's where everything like really everybody starts seeing now and start acknowledge Jermaine Johnson. But just turn Teddy Johnson, People just start calling me Teddy Johnson. So then time me as Jermaine Johnson.
Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah,
so
Jermaine Johnson.
Your second season in Manning Cup was really a breakout season.
Yeah, that's a breakout. So I start now. So it's either I'm a player right back or I'm a player right midfield. Depends on the games depends on who I play. So I was more like a right back, but I could have played any position. But you have a youth named Rowan Affleck. Good player.
Yeah.
He was one of the one who I really watch, like I analyze how for play. You understand? But I did have goal scoring over him. So that's why I really start over him. Because I could have shoot, I could have kick free kick, I could have do whatever over him. Him only could have like dribble. You understand? So that's my breakout season. The second year in Manning Cup. That's where everybody really start understand that I'm a threat to most people.
And how did that season go for Tivoli? I mean,
we went
remember that season because you played Charlie Smith again.
Yeah, no, I don't think we played
they
Charlie
Smith. They weren't in okay.
No, so we went to the quarterfinal. Went to the quarterfinal against Dunoon. Went to the quarterfinal against Dunoon, which we say we have the confidence to beat Dunoon. Lose 1-0 to Dunoon. Them time Dunoon have Ramsey, I remember Bumpy.
Yeah,
I have bigger. That's O'Neal Smith.
So no, it was at Bridgeport.
No man, Dunoon man, O'Neal Thompson, not bigger.
Bigger.
No man, you have O'Neal Smith, my bad. O'Neal Smith, that's a Beanie Man brother, bigger.
Beanie Man brother out of Harborview, yeah.
O'Neal Smith, yeah, he was the captain at the time. Yeah, and then you have, I'm not know if
Kibaki Holloway, the artist. Yeah, man.
So them time that them was the real rival.
Was here too.
Yeah, Kirk Ramsey, him scope away.
Yeah.
You understand? So that, as I said, that's everything really kick off. So I start get called for the Jamaica under 17 team. You understand? That's where everything really kick off. Get called for Jamaica
under 17 team. For the under 17.
Yeah, under 17 team. Then I do good. Then get called for the under 20 team. Same time as well, because I keep doing good. Because there's somebody with love football, Like I'm tell you, I really love football. I love football. My grandmother always make sure I have a ball. You understand? I just never big on the boots. But my ball, I always have a ball, but I'm just never big on getting boots. So we used to have always playing on my school shoes. You understand? So as I said, that's where everything like really started. Everybody start recognizing under 17, under 20, under 23, then the senior team. So that's really my journey, to be honest. And then start playing for the National League team, number 2 again.
Oh, so when you started playing for yes, it's true, you know that is number 2 used to read.
Number 2.
I remember. Yeah,
number 2. Sit down on the bench. Because you have the right back was the captain. And the right back was my position, and the right back for the national team, Desmond Leroy Smith. Leroy Smith was the captain, so me have to sit down on the bench and go and stay humble.
Yeah.
Till I get my chance, and from I get my chance.
And you also played in the under 21 as well.
Under 21 as well. And, yeah.
That's where you and I against each other in under 21.
Yeah, we're going about 30 love.
Not like that, you what?
Yeah, about 30,
man. I don't call them
yeah, man, them kind of the team bad, man. Them kind of the team bad, no like. Them kind of the team bad, but the journey never easy still, but.
Yeah, how easy, because I hear your story, but how easy was it coming from the community that, I mean, you're not like, it's one link connection, but you're from Southside to get into the Tivoli team to start and all of that kind of a thing. As a young youth going in there, when the Tivoli team was doing good, you had like the Roderick Reed and you had the Mark McDonald and all of those players, older players, Ian Fogo.
Ian Fogo, him downstairs as well.
Yeah, Enzo Scott, all of those people are there. Yeah, so
how my journey, it would say it hard. Would say it hard, it's just long, if you understand it. It never hard because I always have this passion. I always have this passion for football, so it wasn't hard because I try to learn from the older players. I try to watch them and see which part of them I go wrong or which part of them I go right. You understand? So I try to take the positive out of what them I do and try to put it in my game. Which sometimes it's not easy because you know you as a little youth are coming in a big man world. It's kind of rough. But if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be who I'm at now. You understand? I would not be this person who I'm at now because they teach me a lot. When they come to certain teams, it's not gonna be easy, but you have to learn. You have to just look
Dave
and learn.
Clark was the coach. Was it Dave Clark?
Yeah, Dave Clark is the one who really gave me the chance
Yeah.
for the National League. And then when I really like start playing, it was Vernon Bell.
Okay.
He was a coach for Casey at the time, Casey Monaco team.
Yeah.
So he was the one who really gave me the start. But Dave Clark was the one who bring me the team first. But for me to start playing, it was really Vernon Bell. So it was me, Christopher Nicholas, and Ricardo Fuller. Was the three
Youngsters
mainstay at
that
the
came
time.
in.
Yeah, the three
Because
young
Kasai
guys.
Hines was already in the team.
Yeah, Kasai already like 2 years before.
Okay.
Kasai was like 2 years before, and then Esme Scott was there before as well. So it was me, Christopher, Kimo, and Awalebu was in the team like a year before me. But when
Yeah.
I came in the team, the three of us start like regular, and that's where like we start doing wonders and like people start understanding, oh, this team is not a joke team to play against.
Yeah.
So
I
that's where
think a
everything
lot of
started.
people, listen, the truth is a lot of people don't remember you being in under 17 team for Jamaica and under 20 teams. So I think it would be good if you could share some of that with them because a lot of them don't. They just remember you in the national. I think a lot of people really remember you from the national team. They don't remember you during your youth days that you were a part of the under 17, under 20, under 23, all the way coming up through the ranks.
Yeah,
So it's like you're a new commodity when you got into the national
yeah,
team.
but you have to remember, you know, it was only the senior team they used to talk about. They never used to talk about the younger teams. It was only the senior teams. Everybody talk about the senior team. So that's where and as I said before, I was a quiet person. I was
Yeah.
this quiet person. I was a laid back person. So I wasn't like the person who's gonna show up myself. So I was always laid back. And the position I was playing, no one wasn't gonna really recognize my position because I wasn't a center forward or a midfield at the time. I was a right back. So at the time, no one in Jamaica really recognized defenders are players who play right back, if you understand. So they really
Yeah.
recognize the one who show the skill at center forward or midfield. So as I said, my beginning was really humble. You understand? And I give thanks for that because I would not be the person who I am at today.
Today. Yeah, you remember anything from your under 20 and under 17 or under 23 days that you remember, like, are memorable in your
Yeah, the
whole
most
life?
yeah,
Yeah,
the most important part that I really remember it was getting the chance to play in the qualifiers in Guatemala the under 20. That was like really one of my biggest points in football because I started to start like consecutively at the time at right back because I was like coming on our starting. So I wasn't like a player who hold on my position, if you understand what I'm saying.
right,
Because you
right.
used to have some good players older than me as well. So was in the team and there was more experience than me. But then I started to show my class at the time. So when we went to Guatemala,
This
it
is the
was
under 20 tournament.
the under 20 tournament in Guatemala. We did not get to qualify, and this was one of the best teams I've ever played with because we have Damian Stewart, Claude Davis, Christopher
Yeah,
Nicholas, Ricardo Fuller, Kevin Deere. You have a kid named Andrew Mays. He used to live in farm. He used to go St. Aloysius as well. You
yeah,
have you have a lot of player. You have a lot of player who went in the senior team and started to play good. So it was a good team at the time, but we didn't. You have
Garden.
Leon Garden at the time. So it
Yeah,
was a
because he
good
was at
team.
Harbour View. He's a goalkeeper at Harbour View.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Aberville. So it was a really good team, but we did not qualify. So that's where my most memorable moment at the time for under 20 because it was just like mostly like practice games just going around the country to tour to try to
Yeah.
find other players. So that was one of my main time for the under 20 team.
All right. So listen, we have whole heap of comments, and I have to let you get some of them now, because if we don't, they're going to be vexed because there's too much. Yeah, I'm
No
not telling
problem, man. No problem, boss. There,
so let me
man.
read out some of them and see. This
There.
is one person, Robert says, grandmother Mrs. Johnson with the little shop up at High Holborn Street.
Ayurban Street. The first I know I'm a good dead man.
Yeah. You know I'm good too.
The first I know I'm a dead man.
Yeah. And this person says, no, Teddy. Kirk didn't play with Bigger. Bigger left 97. Ramsey played 98.
No, man. No, man, I play against Big Man. I tell you, Bigger was the captain at the time, man.
Yeah.
Bigger was the captain at the time, man.
I think I don't know.
That's a being man, brother, you know.
Yeah, man, that's the one. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I know
Bigger
that
play defense for them at the time, man.
Yeah. Somebody says Whisper is TG baller also. This is a player from Craig Butler Academy named Dujan Whisper Richards. That's his father right here. He's in England now playing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You know, me now gonna know most of the younger players then, because I leave from me as a young age. I leave at 20, and then I start when I was 21. So most of the younger players me now gonna know me. I have to really like see the face to really know who they be.
This player you're going to know though, because he probably was a nemesis in the league.
Yeah, man, I meet him yesterday, man. You know the thing. My brother, this is life, man. This is my brother, man.
Yeah.
Got the bro, man. Real youth.
Yeah, man. Ladiel. Big up Ladiel, yeah, Richie. Man. And this is Elvis. Elvis Hart is a used to keep for Village. Sunday evening to you, man. Big up JTJ. You're a big baller. Remember, me and you kept in a game in Falmouth after you kick a penalty. Laugh out loud. He said, no.
Yeah, man, say the passion for the football when it comes to Tivoli, you know my thing already, you know. The passion for the field.
When it comes out to the referee.
Referee, you know my thing already. Once we up on the field, you know my passion gone high, but it's once I off it, you're a total different person. And them know this. Is he enough loving the Elvis?
Yeah, man, and then M10 Football says, top baller Teddy, big up yourself. Always a joy watching the man dribble past people.
No respect, like man. No respect, me general. Yes, man.
Yeah, man.
No respect, man. Talk to that, mama boss.
Yeah, man. I see Gunners boss who is he support Arnett Garden. He said, what this is this that this sound like a Jelani Irwin says, Teddy, tell the man how you get kicked out of Georges before school start.
Remember that.
You know?
Remember that, you, Jelani. Jelani, you're killer, you. Remember that, you. You were good for Georges at the time, man.
You're too good for Georges.
Yeah, man, Jelani, my boss. Jelani, I'll stop man.
And see, Jeddy not up here saying that Teddy needs to teach. I think he's saying Leon Bailey.
Yeah.
And get past defender with confidence.
Them will learn. They will learn with time. Yeah. They will learn with time. You understand? Just give them time because they have the talent, you know. You understand?
Yeah, but the artist says that man was the best after Jermaine Yu. He was the only one attracting any team going forward. He was not afraid. Don't know why he never get more games for Jamaica. So maybe we can find out from him why he never played. Yeah.
You know, coaches have them differences. You understand? Coaches have them players who them like. You understand? So when we grew up, we have to just respect the coaches them and just understand. So when our turn, we just go out there and try to do our best. And still try to respect the ones who are out there and try to encourage them to do good as well. You understand?
Yeah. They're asking about Claudio Massop. The big ball. Listen, man, I used to play ball.
No, man. Massop get murdered about 10 years ago now, so.
Really?
Yeah, Massop get
we never know.
Them kill Massop in a Bronx. Sorry to say, but them kill him in a Bronx. Yeah, some little vibes that are going, you know, them.
Yeah. All right,
yeah,
so
bigger thing than me.
Yeah, man. So you won. Did you win the Premier League with Tivoli?
Yeah, I win in 98, 99.
98, 99. You won the Premier League with Tivoli. What was that?
And get young player at
the season, right?
Yeah, the
season. I mean, how good was that for you? Tell us about
that season. Was that season when everybody really start know who Teddy really be, because I didn't, as I said, I wasn't scared of nobody. no matter who you was, because my mentality was to try to help the team at any cost. You understand? So no matter what, I'm gonna try to do the best with Tivoli team, not for Teddy, for the team. You understand? So that's where everybody start know who I was at the time. So that year was like the breakout year for the national team, for the senior team, and I was a really big player at the time. I scored in the final as well. Me, Ricardo Fuller, and Christopher Nicholas scored in the final. So it was 3-1 in the final against Abbeville. I get injured as well, so I could not play the second leg. I think we drew 0 in the second leg. So that was a big breakout for me.
Okay, and it was after that that you got your first overseas move.
Yeah, I went to Ipswich first. I went to Ipswich first, but I could not get to play any games in the practice game because the pitch was the pitch is what they were gonna use. It was icy, so I could not get in the game, so I had to come back.
Oh, see, when you went overseas, you didn't go straight to Bolton.
No, I went to Ipswich first, but I come back to Jamaica. Then Bolton came in for me, so that went straight from the straight from Tivoli team straight to Bolton team. So they just get promoted to the Premier League at the time.
Right, and so Bibi was there.
Yeah, Bibi was there. Yeah, Bibi was there. Because Bibi was the one who scored for them in the playoff to send them to the
promoted. Right.
Yeah, so I went straight from Tivoli team to the Premier League.
Straight to the Premier League.
Yeah, straight in the Premier League as a starter.
Right. You know that you're still the only person to leave from Jamaica.
Yeah, but you know,
go straight into the Premier League.
Yeah, but when people talk about it, I try to stay humble. When people try to talk about it, so I'm the first. I try to stay humble because you don't want to feel like you're big-headed. You understand? So you always try to stay humble and give God thanks for where you reach. You understand? So that was a big opportunity for me, and a big I was grateful as well to even get the chance to go to the Premier League, because it's not everyone get the chance to go to the Premier League and even play a game. So I give God thanks for that, and the people who helped me along the way.
Yeah, well, we're gonna give you time to big up some of those people, because it must have been very difficult. I mean, because you're at the top of your game still, but like I said, to move right from Jamaica, from a Premier League team in Jamaica to the Premier League in England, must have been like a big thing for you, a big thing for the I mean, I know Ricardo Fuller had gone before you, but he never went into the Premier League.
No,
so he
was also he was in the championship.
He was in the championship. So no, this happened. I mean, what was that for the community, for you as a person, to see this big door opening for you? Like I said, I mean, it don't happen regularly.
It was a big opportunity for me and the fans and my community, my family as well. It was like a big deal for them because, to be honest, they always try to push me, but we did not know the direction where we were going. We just know we stick to Jamaica, because when you're younger, you just only think about Jamaica football, National League team or the senior team. But when you get the chance to go in the Prem, and then your eyes open up and see other players who you really watch on TV, and then you see them, and then you play against them as well. It was like a big reality check for me, and then it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It was very hard because to adapt. You know, when you're coming from a club where you start every game, and then you went to a next club that you get a chance today, and then next week you don't get a chance, or even if you get injured, you drop out the team for a while, and then you have to try to fight back. So it was really hard for me, and enough people did not know this, and I don't like to talk about it. When I was at Bolton, I get injured.
That you're around 22.
Yeah, 22 at the time. I get injured. And I did not know about depression at the time. So that's where depression.
Depression. Oh.
Yeah, so that's where I start getting this depression feeling. I wasn't in the team.
Oh.
I start missing Jamaica. I start missing my family. Start missing my friends. So I start lose focus. And then they bring in some players who's world class. You have like Joey Joker, then you have JJ Akacha.
Akacha.
Yeah, so that's where I start that's where I start losing my focus about football. I start falling out of love with football because I stopped playing. I'm not getting the chance.
Right, but you had recovered from your injury and you were still training.
Yeah, I recovered and I went into the team. Yeah, I was in the reserve team. Yeah, I was a captain for the reserve team, and I was playing central midfield. I get leading goal scorer for the reserve, 12 goals, and I was still not getting a chance. Yeah, I was still not getting a chance. So depression started to kick in. So I start to lose, as I say, I start to lose focus. I start to lose interest in the game. Then one day, Yuri Jokayev and JJ Okacha, they came to the reserve game. I think we were playing against Liverpool. And then they came to the game and saw me, and I was playing brilliant at the time. For them, they say brilliant, but we Jamaicans say good. So so the next day they call me in like a meeting with Sam Allardyce, that was Big Sam, the coach.
Right.
And they asked him why I wasn't playing. And he could not give them a reason why I wasn't playing. So he put me in the team against Man City. This at the time with Paul de Caff and most of these players. And I played good at that game. And then the next game we play against Aston Villa, and I was in the stands. Yeah, so you understand what I'm saying now.
So you play against City?
Up, yeah, so you're up, then you're down, then you're not even getting the game. So it's like
in the stands.
Yeah, in the stands. So like before the game, after the game, I asked him why I wasn't in the team. Like with respect, like you have to show respect.
Yeah.
So I said, Coach, why I wasn't in the team after I played such a good game? He said he need more defenders on the bench. So I said, okay then, no problem. Next game again, the stands. So everything now, my confidence now start drop.
Going down. Whoa.
You understand? So that's where I start like.
I mean, but let me just pause, because I'm glad you brought up this thing with depression, because a lot of people will see other Jamaicans go overseas, and if them hear about this, them say, no man, they fool and them soft, and what kind of depression man I talk about? Man, for tough it out.
For me, most people who is not in your shoes, they won't know nothing about what you go through. That's why I tell you, I don't do interviews like this.
Yeah.
Because I don't really like to talk about this stuff. You understand? Because I try to keep stuff to myself at times and try to work it out to get the best out of me. So I try not to talk about these stuff. You understand? So as I say, depression used to kick in. I start drinking as well. So I started drinking. I was like 24. I never used to do drinking, never. So I used to try to do drinking to go sleep or take stuff out of my mind, because I wasn't playing. I was only playing in the reserve. So this is where I started drinking. Then
you went out on loan. I think you went out on loan.
Oldham.
Oldham Athletic.
Yeah, I went to Oldham. That's where I start to love football again, because I started playing again. And start getting games and start feeling loved again from the fans and from my teammates and the coaches. So that's where I start finding my love again for football.
But did Bolton come back for you, man?
Bolton coming for me, but just because I was doing good, but I wasn't playing same way. So they came in back for me because other teams was asking for me to sign me, so they did not want me to leave.
So they call you back from the loan from Oldham back to Bolton.
Yeah, back to Bolton, because I was doing good, but I still wasn't playing for Bolton. I was on the bench or in the stands, which I'm still grateful, because as I said, it helped me. It helped me to be a man. You understand? It helped me to grow, to know if I get a next chance somewhere else, I'm going to do my best. So I went, enough people did not know this either. I signed my own contract. I negotiated my own contract with Oldham.
Your loan
while I have an agent.
Hold on. Before you get, you go too fast, you go too fast.
Yeah, I tell you.
So you signed your own contract?
Negotiate my own contract. Because for me, I did not think my agent was doing me any justice. You understand?
Okay.
For me, I did not think he was trying to help me. He was helping other players. In my eyes, I did not know if I was wrong at the time. You understand? But I think he was helping other players and did not help me. So I negotiated my own contract, and he did not know at the time. I tell him after I signed my contract.
Yeah.
So I signed with Oldham. You understand? And start playing.
Because you really had a good. I mean, you're on a good spell at Oldham, and it just
Oldham, yeah.
Yeah,
and I get injured my knee. I get injured in a game, not tackle, like trying to run for a ball. My knee itch, my boots itch on the pitch, so my knee ring. So I was out for like a year.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I was one of the best paid player at the time.
At Olam.
Yeah, so they
So,
have to
it look
release.
like when me I go sign my next contract, you me need to link up, man.
Some like me have to go league. So me have to sign, them release me. Them
Okay.
release me because I couldn't play. I couldn't play. So them I say the money where them I give me, it was too much. Fair League One team.
Yes.
Nothing special, but if you understand, fair League One team, it was good dividend.
Yeah.
You understand? So they have to release me at the time. So I was still training with them, like physiotherapy. Was still
Right.
going to the gym. Was still going pool with the team. So the coach that released me, they fire him. They sack that coach that released me. So I think they get this coach named Ronnie Moore. He used to coach a team named Gillingham. So one day I was coming from the pool and he saw me and said, "You're Jeremy Johnson." And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "I want to sign you, Remember, I was injured at the time,
Yeah.
So he said he want to sign me. So I said, "No problem." He asked me where I think I'm at with fitness wise. So I was at like 85%. So well I get that little sign, So I'm forced to play. So
Yeah.
them sign up on a pay as you play because they want to see if you're fit.
Yes.
So them sign up on a pay as you play. Still injured, But you want the contract. Play through pain every single day. And then I sign a new contract again because me I play a good film. So I sign an official contract.
Track. Okay. So it did work
Yeah.
out for you.
Did work but get injured again. See me again. Mash up.
Whoa.
Yeah, so God went to the specialist. Specialist said 50-50. 50-50 is either more do the
Surgery.
up, yeah, is either more do the up or more train. So I say, okay, I talk to the physiotherapy, he said, no, don't do the operation. So all right, then call the coach. He said, all right, take a break. He tell me to take a month break at Jamaica. Come to Jamaica and go back and feel good. Try again, play the first game again against Blackpool, injured again.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's how I went now. I come back to Jamaica now, 2005. You understand?
Right.
Complete. Yeah, 2005 complete with Tivoli, but they already signed a pre-contract with Bradford. You understand? So them say just play
So,
the just play the
your agent was back on board, or you were still doing
yeah,
that?
but no, him back on board now because him say, so I'm serious.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
the only way him can make money off of me is like if him get a contract for me. So him I go back on board, yeah. So him back on board. So end up come to Jamaica 2005, play the league. Take my time to play the league because it wasn't real. I never really want to get injured again. So try to do my best, sign a pre-contract again for
Bradford.
Bradford. Reach a Bradford now, I play some brilliant football, good football, I find back the farm again, get back fit and everything. There comes Sheffield, there comes Derby, there comes Newcastle. So like I signed the May. I signed the May for Bradford, then the January, Sheffield and all the team them coming for me. So
Sheffield
now
Wednesday.
Sheffield Wednesday,
Yeah.
Sheffield United,
Yeah.
Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, Derby, all of them coming for me, but end up at Sheffield.
Yeah, you tell us why you got to Sheffield. Hey, Teddy, well, here's the problem we have now. You see right now, you see
Yeah,
the comment section. I don't know if
yeah.
anybody can tell you the amount of comment and questions. Like I said, we
Yeah,
can't, people, please, I'm not ignoring them, but I just want Teddy share because like him tell it, him not normally the interview, right?
yeah.
But AQ used to go to Woolmers, I think in that time. He was asking which year was your second year in Manning Cup. He's asking if it is 1996. Because he said 1996 you made it to the semi-final. The group was Dunoon, Tivoli, Woolmers and Vauxhall.
That them time that don't know the beat way. Them time they don't know the beat, but I think the next year we have a good team, but as me I tell you, we leave and go Guatemala. Me and Kimo didn't leave and go Guatemala, so they finished. We never get to play the Manning Cup.
Okay.
So the team they reached semi-final one at a time.
All right. So we just wanted to get that question. So people, please, I'm not trying to ignore your comments. You
Tell them enough love, man.
Yeah, but one a whole lot more information, and this is a once in a lifetime interview. So I want to get as much of it. So, right. So all of these teams came for you in the January, but you chose Sheffield Wednesday.
No, not me chose Sheffield. Not me choose them. The agent choose them. Remember now.
Oh, right. You took about the agent. Go ahead and tell us.
Remember me now. The agents them only come and tell you certain things to them. You understand? The agents them come and tell you certain things and tell you who like you. Which really them not tell you every team will like you. So this I would know my sign for Sheffield Wednesday. Like I talk to the secretary and she start explaining to me who them get me from. Like the other teams where them beat. Them get me from, you understand? So that's how we find out the other teams themselves. My agent and the I think it was the manager, the general manager at the club was best of friend. You understand? So that's how I signed for Sheffield now. Which way me start finding out the other teams and I never really want at the time. Because I never know about Sheffield at the time. But that's where I find now. That's where I start loving football, like serious, like taking it back serious. Because the fans, the coaching staff, everybody knows say, all right, then the youth is a good player. We're going to help him for develop and be a better player. And that's where I find my love. So every time I talk about Sheffield, I talk about Tivoli because my two favorite teams.
Yeah, because Sheffield I think he scored 27 goals in the time at Sheffield.
Yeah, and that was one of my favorite places, to be honest. Sheffield Wednesday, my favorite place. Like for play football, the fun, passionate. You understand? That's where everything start. Oh, I'm not cut, you know. I'm not a charger, yeah. I'm not a charger, and 15% me there.
Oh, Jesus.
So we can shut up the comment there. I'm not a charger. Try to my place, me there, you know.
Eh.
You understand? I'm not my bridging.
Oh, Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah. Yo, downstairs. Send up a charger upstairs.
I'm not a charger downstairs. I'm me iPhone downstairs, man. Me a Samsung, man, you know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I can't believe this. Teddy, you can't go with somebody. You're gonna make the people them stone me and the online thing.
No, man, I know the thing, man. And my son calls this, man. My son calls it, man. I have to leave home without the charger.
Oh, all right. So people, here's what now. When Tivoli play again, I don't think you play Sunday. I think you play next week.
Not this week.
I'm wondering if we can finish it up next week Sunday, because I know
not a problem, because I joy, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So watch his people. So because his son is also, he need to call him son as well.
Yeah.
Right. And saying he has 15%. All right. So Ted, can we set it up for next week Sunday same time?
Anytime, my boss, man. Anytime. It's a pleasure, man. I tell you.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure, man.
All right, because we can't make him batch it then.
Yeah, 15, me just see it come up and I don't want it to mess up. You know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
That's a joy, man, I tell you.
Yeah, man. So, all right, so before you end, just take some time and big up the people them. And then, like I said, we'll pick up next week Sunday people with a part 2 where we'll finish up with Teddy and it continues the rest of the story. But go ahead and big up, all the domino player them downstairs, because I play domino at them.
Yeah, them over courts I play. Be that top 10. You know the thing. Enough love to everybody, we're short and show the respect, Enough love and respect and make sure we have a good Sunday, you understand? And eat the food and full on the belly, you understand? And my general, enough respect,
Yeah, man, every time, Baller. So we'll arrange it and then next week Sunday we'll do
a man, just link my man, I will set the thing again, man.
Yeah,
because
man.
As me I tell you, it's a joy. You understand? And it's a pleasure to be on your thing.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. You need to watch it so you can see all of the comments, because me I tell you,
Richie tell you already.
Yeah.
Mr. Man, just put up my phone and not even remember nothing about it. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So enough respect again, my general.
Yeah, man.
All right. You know what time is in.
Yeah, man. Definitely, we'll do.
All right. Enough respect to everybody.
Yeah, man.
Blessings, man.
All right, so there we go, people. Good conversation, and we're gonna finish it up. So, for those of you who just coming on and saying, "Oh my God, we miss it," and saying, "Don't worry, it's always there. You can watch it." And so, We didn't want the battery to die because, like I said, he had to take his son to the airport and needed to call him and stuff. And he just said, listen. So he was in a lot of haste. And so he did the interview. This is the part one. We're going to do a part two for you. But I want to thank so many of you for coming on. We're going to do it next week, Sunday, 6:30. Same time, same place, same thumbnail, same everything. But in the meantime, please, I want you to hit the like button. You understand me? And what I'm going to do next week, we're going to take more of your questions that you have for Teddy, because it will, we'll have an hour. So remember to hit the like button. I really want to thank you. You hear some of the real issues, because some of us don't know that footballers go through depression. But Teddy going to tell you some more about the fact that he was there all by himself. No mother, no father, no sister, no brother. And as a 22-year-old, so depression is real, people. It's a real thing, and it affects people. So don't ignore it. And so sometimes when you see things changing people, talk to them and find out and see if you can give some advice and help them, because they just never know what a person is going through. So he had to fight several injuries to even get back at Sheffield. You're going to hear the great and the deeper details of those things. Again, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time and your company. Yeah, man, please, let's see if we can get the likes up to at least 50 before we go. You understand me? So hit the like button. Have a blessed evening. We have Sean Fraser tomorrow. We have Andre Price coming up on Tuesday. We have our financial webinar on Thursday. We have some other names, right? But just look out. We have Mataran, they call him. If you're from Clarendon College, you will know him as well. So bless up every single person. And you all take care until we talk again. I am Manning's Man. You have watched the next episode of I Am Sure Sports, the Legends Corner. Thanks again to you. Thanks to all our sponsors. Have a blessed Sunday evening.